Winner Rokel Bank. With a Visa debit card, you can do your transaction any side of the world inside you day.
Winner Master Sabipa digital banking business na salon.
Na RC Bank, now we get the best low interest rates na salon.
You are watching AYV Television.
From a broadcasting house here on Wesley Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown. This is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. You're watching us on channel 33 and listening to us on frequency modulation 101.7. I am Alimati George. Let's start with tonight's headlines. Minister of Health Austin Dembi pays a courtesy visit to His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Burkina Faso. Speaker of Parliament Senghor Solomon Thomas engages APC parliamentary leadership in talks to address boycotts. And hopes rises amidst official launch of One-Stop Shop and Business Solutions Center at the National Investment Board. Hello and welcome from wherever you're joining me tonight. I am Alimata George. First in the news. Sierra Leone has taken a major step toward improving its business climate with the official launch of One-Stop Shop and Business Solutions Center at the National Investment Board. The facility brings together key government services under one roof, allowing investors to complete business registration, obtain license and permits, and access tax regulatory support in a single location. Joseph Adamambo reports.
The initiative is designed to significantly reduce processing time, cut costs, and eliminate bureaucratic delays. The project is supported by World Bank through the Sierra Leone Economic Diversification Project. This, Dr. Edward Hingasandi, Executive Director of the National Investment Board, says aligns with government's efforts to promote private sector growth, attract foreign direct investment, and support small and medium-sized enterprises.
What we expect is that we'll see that there will be faster and easier business startup processes, increase investor confidence, improve business environment rankings, enhance domestic and foreign investment flows, and job creation and economic growth.
Financial Secretary at the Ministry of Finance, Matthew Dingy, emphasized the importance of formalizing businesses to boost domestic revenue and strengthen the country's financial stability. He noted that similar reforms across Africa and the world have improved investment flows and economic growth.
So I'm happy that what we saw in Georgia 2018, I'm happy to be part of that league to see it here now happening in Freetown, Sierra Leone. I think we should all be proud of that we're now going to have a center that if you also want to do a business in Sierra Leone, walk into this building at 8 a.m. and by the time you get out at 12 noon, you'll have a certificate of incorporation. That should be the message we should put out to the public, that people want to do business, a one-stop center where you can go.
A representative from the World Bank highlighted that starting a business already involves significant administrative processes helps create a more predictable and investor-friendly environment.
Bringing together all of the different services and offices that are needed into one place, it makes the process simpler, faster, more predictable, and all of these things are very useful for when you're starting a new business. It's not just useful for an administrative perspective, but it's really useful for a broader economic perspective. When it's easier to start a formal business, it makes it easier to operate, makes it easier to grow, makes it easier to access finance, and ultimately that will help firms expand their revenues, hire more people, which all helps growth in Sierra Leone.
The one-stop shop center will enable business incorporation within 24 hours, marking a significant milestone in Sierra Leone's drive towards efficiency, transparency, and the ease of doing business. Joseph Adumambu, AYV News, Freetown.
The Honorable Minister of Health of Sierra Leone, alongside fellow ministers of health from participating countries, paid a courtesy visit to His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore, President of Burkina Faso. The high-level engagement underscored regional solidarity and strengthened collaboration among African nations in advancing resilient and sustainable health systems. The ministers expressed their appreciation to the government and people of Burkina Faso for successfully hosting the forum and reaffirmed their collective commitment to improving health, financing, and service delivery across the continent. The visit also provided an opportunity to exchange views on shared health priorities, including universal health coverage, domestic resources mobilization, and innovative financing mechanisms to support national health development agendas. In a renewed push to improve access to clean water and sanitation, a major step has been taken to strengthen national efforts towards achieving sustainable development goal. Stakeholders from across the country gathered at a national workshop organized by WashNet in partnership with Goal Sierra Leone. The focus is to develop a comprehensive advocacy strategy under the heads of State Initiative on Water, Sanitation and Hygiene, commonly known as WASH. Our reporter, Issa Bangura, has more on the story.
The initiative aims to elevate water, sanitation and hygiene as a national priority, addressing long-standing challenges that continue to affect communities nationwide. During the workshop, participants identified key barriers including poor sanitation infrastructure, limited public awareness, and gaps in policy implementation.
The advocacy planning process we are here today is a multi-stakeholder process, bringing together government players within the Ministry of Water Resources, Ministry of Health, the Guma Valley Water Company, Salwako, the district health superintendents, the district engineers, and a whole lot of other players, civil society and non-governmental organizations, to be able to critically look at the key holding back factors in Sierra Leone's wash sector delivery and how it is impacting health negatively. And so we really anticipate a process that also helps us to be able to have a clear roadmap that takes us forward in jointly delivering not only a system that is owned by everybody, but one that is also very much serving as a blueprint to be able to advance the country's wash sector outlook.
Experts and stakeholders worked collaboratively to propose actionable recommendations, focusing on improving sanitation systems, increasing community awareness, and strengthening government's commitment. The strategy is expected to guide future interventions and mobilize resources to accelerate progress in the wash sector.
In system strengthening, you have certain building blocks. These building blocks ensure continuity within the systems, and WASH also follows that that drives. So we identified during the WASH bottleneck analysis tool workshop in McKinney, we identified with other sector players some of these key gaps, which include, of course, sector financing, coordination, monitoring and evaluation, and not limited to that. So these are what I just presented and identified and highlighted, just so everybody could know where are the gaps so far and what we've done as a ministry, as a government, to ensure that we are able to close in with these gaps as we ensuring access to overall sanitation and water for all by 2030, following the Sustainable Development Plan.
As a civil society
activist, this gathering is very important for us. It provides an opportunity to engage with government institutions and NGOs working to implement WASH initiatives. Being able to come together, share our research, and discuss how civil society and government can collaborate is essential for driving meaningful and lasting change.
How we and government go sit down.
Organizers say the outcomes of this workshop will play a critical role in shaping policies and driving nationwide action towards healthier, more resilient communities. Efforts like these are seen as vital steps towards ensuring that safe water and sanitation are not just goals but realities for all. Issa Bangura, AYV News, Freetown.
APC Parliamentary spokesperson, Honorable Dr. Umfaso Ijikoroma, updating the public, disclosed that the party met with the Speaker yesterday to discuss matters relating to the party's boycott. He says, and I quote, following an invitation by the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Singapore Solomon Thomas, the leadership of the opposition met with him at his chamber on March 25, 2026, to discuss issues surrounding our continued boycott of Parliament sittings. Our delegation was led by the leader of the opposition, Abdul Kagbo, who made it unequivocally clear that our position is not arbitrary but anchored in serious and unresolved governance and institutional concerns. We emphasized that the controversial appointment of Edmund Alpha undermines the agreement of national unity and runs contrary to its spirit and intent. We further pointed out that this agreement directly informed Recommendation 36 of the Tripartite Committee, which speaks to restoring confidence, strengthening institutional credibility, and ensuring inclusive governance processes. Actions that contradict this framework inevitably weakens trust and compromises the very foundation of the agreement. The party noted that the Speaker in his remarks called for continued dialogue and urged them to return to parliamentary sittings in the interest of national stability and democratic continuity, also expressing his intention to formally write to both the minority leadership and the wider party leadership in an effort to resolve the current impasse. The party says while they acknowledge the engagement, the return to Parliament cannot be based on appeals alone. It must be grounded in concrete, credible, and verifiable actions that addresses the issues raised. Still believe that tensions arising around the proposed constitutional amendments to the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone. Some residents in Freetown say they do not clearly understand how the constitutional review process works. They say government has not provided clear information about the steps involved, and as a result, they're calling on the authorities to initiate strong civic education on the entire constitutional review process. Our reporter, Issa Bangura, has more.
Concerns about the proposed amendments to the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone continue to grow among some residents in Freetown. Some citizens who spoke to AYV say they feel left out of the process because they do not have enough information about how the constitutional review is taking place.
I am not aware of any constitutional review process. We are just hearing that they want to amend the constitution, but we do not know the process. The government should come out clearly so that we can understand what is going on.
Yeah, the need for acts because yes, although
I have been hearing people talk about the constitutional review process, but I don't really know how the process is progressing. The government should communicate with us, the ordinary citizens, and seek our opinion as well. So far, however, we've not seen any real changes.
Oh, we don't see changes at all.
The 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone is the main law that guides governance In the country, some residents believe that any plan to amend it should involve strong public awareness and consultation. They say civic education will help citizens understand the review process and also allow them to take part in national discussions.
They therefore reach out to the layman.
If they want to change the constitution, the people should understand the process. Civic education is important so that everyone will know how these decisions are being made.
That mommy where they don't pay, let able understand, let you know what that mean. And the government need for talk to we more.
The government needs to engage and communicate with citizens because our opinions matter. While we must respect and listen to our leaders, the government should also consider the views of the people, since we are all part of the nation's progress.
Residents who spoke to AYV say more information and public education about the constitutional review process will help reduce confusion and build public trust as the debate continues. For now, many people hope that authorities will increase public engagement so that citizens across the country can better understand the proposed changes to the constitution. Issa Bangura, AYV News, Freetown.
The Institute of Public Administration and Management, IPAM, has unveiled 3 new centers of excellence during its 2026 Entrepreneurship Week, a major step in transforming the institution. According to the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Ezekiel Calvindo Manulaka, the launch brings cutting-edge focus areas, including digital finance and AI, academic writing, and professional consultancy. Let's have the highlights.
It's my great pleasure to launch these centers at IPAM. Specifically, the Center for Consultancy and Continued Professional Development has objectives which includes to bridge the gap between academic knowledge and practical application, to provide a structured platform for consultancy, executive education and continuous professional development, to support Sierra Leone's development agenda through evidence-based advisory services, and to promote knowledge transfer.
Well, so IPAM, the Institute of Public Administration and Management, is the Business, Technology and Leadership School of the University of Sierra Leone. And then what we're doing in the transformation, rebranding and reposition and agenda is to do a 360-degree overhaul of our curriculum. So in the future, we want students to not only achieve academic education, which is also very important for research and development, but also skill-based education. So our curriculum is going to be an integration of, say 70% of what we'll have to do will be on education, on academic education, and then 30% will be on skill-based. So everybody coming here should also go through 3 or 4 centers of excellence and get 4 micro-credentials before they graduate. So today we launch these centers of excellence. There was an existing center of excellence in entrepreneurship and innovation, and then today we did the Writing, Learning and Foundation Studies Center, which is also a center of excellence that teaches students how to write reports, communicate, negotiate. Those are skills that are needed, because if you can't communicate, then no matter what your degree is on, you will not be able to attract the level of attention in your field of study. It's very important that you're able to communicate, relate, and then get things done.
A young man is making an urgent appeal for life-saving medical support. Samuel Usman Kamara has been diagnosed with spinal tuberculosis, also known as Pott's disease. And doctors say he needs immediate surgery, costing more than 94,000 leones. Now unable to work and relying solely on his single mother for care, he's calling on the public for assistance. Let's have the highlights.
That was the tearful voice of Zainab Kagbo, mother of Samuel Usman Kamara, crying out for public assistance to save her son's life. She says the family is struggling to raise over 94,000 leones needed for the life-saving surgery after Samuel was diagnosed with spinal tuberculosis, a serious condition affecting his spine. A single mother with limited means, she says the financial burden has become overwhelming.
It was don't see to us. I say, well, he say, Mama, he say right now. He say, wait him on, I start fencing for you. I say, okay. So now I take a walk now na lodge, country lodge, restaurants, now live in the land, it's now. So he did it as 8 months. I need sick Ola, already sick Ola, and me say na malaria. So this malaria we go now treat nothing more able. So now take him. And then say, well, beside me, you walk 9 help with them. Say, go 34 hospital. I don't go 34 hospital. So we go 34. Like they say, for go do scan. We go do the scan. And then we go back na 34. And the doctor will look at the paper. We go look at the paper and I say, na TV of the spine. Say, nine, if I go get 9 sister, 9 right for we. Then say, Lord, we go cannot. Or neither lonely, but lonely now will be looked to the strain. And they say, Lord, we'll work or not, we'll go take the treatment. So I'll take the treatment 9 months. So the 9 months done now. And they say, well, the treatment done for them. So it's now for do. No fair no more now. Neither them do pan and surgery. We will not get our money. I don't get money, they mean a single parent. We know the amount. They mean send we life care. We'll go there. The money we get in GSF and say 94 million. So they get 50,000. I said, we get that money for my sister for money now. No, we will go there again for nothing. Because money not again. If I don't suffer me, they don't call me the court police. I don't suffer. So I don't go to school. Let me pick in the land book and see end and this again. So you have people left, so you have to come back. It's not easy for me. They are going to help me. They beg. They cry to government and they cry to so you have people left organization they out country now. Yeah, now anybody will able to help me for me picking leg get well body. No come back. No, they way picking go. They say don't suffer me picking. See, so.
Speaking from his sick condition, Samuel Usman Kamara described the intense pain and emotional distress he endures daily.
Fever is gone. I feel pain at the back, then I feel pain at the side of the hips because I'm not able to sit up straight for now. And sometimes they burn them for the foot. They say a lot will do physio, but we not get the money back for the physio, and the foot's not the effect. I don't feel the pain, even for full. I'm not able to full again by myself. I'm not able to do nothing again every day. When I really don't straight, well, way the foot straight for full arm, it take a minute, and that pain all don't affect me right now.
Samuel once dreamed of becoming a medical doctor.
Dreamed of becoming a medical doctor when I don't see twice. I don't see twice, but although I not get all the remain for me chemistry, and I decided for go do a job because my mama not get the money for pay for me for go college. So I decided for go do a job. Since now they do that job from there now the sick can start family.
Samuel and his family are appealing to the public to support them through this contact number.
074 221 288. 074 221 288. Shaibu Drive Malama along the Regent Road.
For Samuel Usman Kamara and his mother, every day without surgery is a painful reminder of their struggle. George Batilo Powell, AYV News, Freetown.
This is AYV's Primetime News. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back after the break.
Do you know you can transfer money, buy airtime, and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your account anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy. GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GT Co account to another, pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Etsa anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GT Co. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Mutik. This one
the people who shaped their world, and the winners who still put in the work. Cheers to those who start great things. When you start, you're hard to stop. You raise your game and never back down because you're bold enough to make it. To you I say, never stop. Mutik, never stop starting.
Welcome back. I am Alimata Judge, and this is CYV's Primetime News. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's take some more stories. 17-year-old innovator John Denkasise is calling for support to help promote his dream of becoming a mechanical engineer. Despite limited resources, John has already begun creating innovations such as a headset, a solar Bluetooth device, and a remote-controlled cartoon wrangler. According to John, his only source of income comes from the lunch money given to him for school, which he saves to buy materials for his projects. He explained more about his journey to our reporter, George Batilu Powell.
Like many young people with big dreams, John Denkasise's ambition of becoming a mechanical engineer began at an early age. At just 13 years old, he started exploring his passion for innovation by designing and assembling simple electronic devices. Speaking to AYV, John explained how curiosity and determination pushed him to begin experimenting with locally available materials to create his inventions.
Well, I want to be a mechanical engineer. Well, I'm an innovator from 13 years. I started repairing. So by 15, I said, no, let me start creating things now for myself. So started doing RC, repair RC, and create headsets and Bluetooth.
John has successfully developed several inventions, including a remote-controlled cartoon wrangler, a headset, and a solar-powered Bluetooth device. His creations demonstrate his growing interest in electronics and mechanical engineering.
Well, this one is a RC remote control built with just the engine and the tires, then cartoon and glue. This is the remote control. It's all about frequency. The number is here, 2.4 GHz. Any scrap I want to buy, I look for this number. The number is 2.4 GHz, then it can work with this frequency.
Despite his determination, John says he faces several challenges in pursuing his dream. As a school pupil with limited financial support, he relies on saving his daily school lunch money to purchase basic equipment and materials for his project. He is now appealing to the public and well-wishers to support him so he can further develop his innovations and pursue his dream of becoming a mechanical engineer.
Sometimes the capital I use is my lunch. Went to school for a day, not eat. I just set the money aside, said this is to buy scrap. Even if it takes 2 days, I'll still keep the money. The day I saw scrap, I buy one. And even sometimes the glue, using it, take a time to finish. So for me to buy another glue, take up to 2 or 3 days if I buy glue. So that was it. The challenge I have is funding. The only help I need now, if someone can fund me, I want to do the bigger project. I want to create a car that I can drive for myself. I'm going to make it with hardboard. But it's funding and support I need. Come to my location at 6 Hill Street, closer to AYV. And my number is 034 91 57 13. 034 91 57 13.
With talent, determination, and a strong passion for innovation, John Denkasise hopes that the right support will help him transform his ideas into solutions that could benefit society. George Batilu Powell, AYV News, Freetown.
Freetown gets a One Love makeover as the 2026 year of culture and creativity hits the streets. Today, the One Love Foundation's cleaning initiative saw an international twist, with a Jamaican guest artist and local star, Leonos the Genius, whopping the stage for the boom. Our reporter, Abubakar Siddiqui Jallo, shares the story.
From Kingdom to Godrich, the One Love Salon Foundation is transforming waste management in the country, as their team of volunteers, comprising students and staff from the Ministry of Tourism, conducted a cleaning exercise and an awareness campaign along the Godrich College Road to promote a cleaner and safer environment. Event coordinator Fatmata Samura noted that while some areas have improved, others still struggle, prompting her call for greater citizen participation in building a more sustainable nation.
So
some areas have improved in terms of waste management, while others are still struggling. And this is why we are appealing to people, because this exercise is to show people that they should clean the environment instead of just talking. That is not good for us. It gives sickness. And when in schools, we should teach this to our kids from nursery upward.
Basim Robertson, popularly known as Tycoon, is a Jamaican artist who became inspired by the words of people like Dr. Julia Spencer at the One Nation Reggae Festival. According to him, a clean community goes a long way in boosting the safety of its residents.
Doing charitable work is good for the soul, it's good for the spirit, it's an upliftment. And also, as we say, one love, clean heart. Having a clean community cleans the spirit, cleans the mind, and it cleans up your awareness. Because if you look around in your community very dirty, you're most likely going to have a bad mental situation, right? If you go into the slums in Jamaica, Sierra Leone, it's the same thing. There's more crime there, more violence, and when you look around, the community reflects that.
He also advised youths in the country.
Stay authentic, stay true to yourself, keep your mind clean, your heart clean, because it starts with a clean mind first, and then your surroundings will be clean, and keep the faith and keep pushing.
Fatmata Samura sees the foreign gesture as a call for Sierra Leoneans to come together for safer waste management practices.
So you see, I'm fit say, make me save as me own form of contribution. Make I can do this movie as to motivate me youth.
He came here as his own contribution to motivate youths in the country to support the campaign to keeping the city clean.
We just can't provide for an enabling environment for an
If someone came from a foreign country to help clean our communities, then we should all come together to move this campaign forward.
The Minister of Tourism declared 2026 as a year of culture and creativity. For this foundation, cleanliness is the ultimate cultural statement and a push towards a better Sierra Leone. Abubakar Siddiqui Jallo, AYV News, Freetown.
And now for the latest in sports, let's join our sports correspondent.
Good evening, Alima, and thank you for having me. Now for sports, tonight, Leon Stars, long-term absentee, Amadou Bakayoko is part of Calon's 25-man squad for the FIFA Seas friendly against Azerbaijan on Monday. While speaking to SLFA Media, he says the team is working hard to make Sierra Leoneans happy. He said this and more as Sierra Leone prepares to face Azerbaijan on Monday for the first time in history. As a video.
Wow, yeah, that goal is such an amazing goal. It touched my heart. It was one of my favourite goals for the national team, and I'm hoping, God willing, that I can continue to score many more goals. But I'm really proud of myself for this moment, and I want to contribute much more to the nation, and I'm sure that I will get the chance to do so. Yeah, I want to give the team a lot more energy. I want to give a lot more goals. I want to play a big part and contribute as much as possible to build this team to be a powerful, dangerous attacking nation. And with this challenge, I want to be the main striker here, and I think, this is what I'm fighting for every day, and I take it as a motivation every single day. With the manager, how he's managing, and not just on the football field, you can see personally he has good relations. He knows how to communicate as a great coach and as a man. And I think that's a key thing for anybody that's involved in football. He seems very knowledgeable, and I can see he loves the game. So, you know, I would love to pay him back with as many good performances and goals as possible. You know, we're here to make sure we contribute, every single one of us, giving 100%. And that's mainly what we can ask for. But, you know, for the players that are here, we know we have to work hard. We know we want to make the nation happy. So everybody watching at home, we want to put a good performance and shock everybody else on the outside to give them a good result.
Young stars, we go on the field, we know they play all man for no. We the bang, we the score. We don't go by flow. Salon Adito. Now we the play ball.
And now the president of the Sierra Leone Tennis Association and the BAM has mentioned on AYV's Midweek Sports that this year's National Tennis Championship will play at 3 different venues in Freetown involving senior singles and double, veterans and juniors. He noted that the move is to raise the standard of the sport. Ransford McLean has more.
The current Sierra Leone Tennis Association, led by Andy Bam, is said to commence their 2nd edition National Tennis Championship in Freetown that will involve players from different categories. This, according to the president, Andy Bam, will involve a total of 12 clubs across the country. While speaking on AYV, he points out the format of this year's edition and how the tournament will look like.
Well, the preparation is very good. It's elaborate because not like any big function. You know, the nationals, traditional events in this country over the years, when they host them, or when we can host them, because I don't play Panam, it can be very good. Go gets like 12 clubs all over the country, can converge the city, or most times we can diversify them to other places than the provincial towns. But this year, of course, we host them back in Freetown. We all the clubs in the camp, and we get the various categories we get for partake. We get under 12 boys and girls, under 14 boys and girls, under 16 boys and girls, under 18 boys and girls, and we have the men's category. Then we have the men's doubles category, we have the junior vet categories, and this year now we don't get the veterans mixed doubles as well, where we get tennis players and the likes of esteemed Chief Minister, they all go for partake. So, and the preparation is ongoing, and of course, now big events at the country.
However, after a long-standing quagmire among members of the tennis family, he was not shy to point out some of the inroads his executive were able to achieve during the past 3 years, and some of the other activities that are lined up.
Thank you once more for having me. The quagmire, you know, after a couple of years, we don't put it aside, and of course, every matters we don't bring account to an end, you get for moving. And even though we still have some few bits, but that one will be dealt by disciplinary actions. But as president, of course, my vision for promote and develop tennis at the country. And I get a very vibrant executive where they work with me. And 3 years back, after the elections, we've been doing very well, you know, and due to then developments and then achievements and the in make way we they get with second nationals, and we have made good you know, improvements in the area of our the junior categories. You know, last year we managed to send them to go to Togo and Ghana and compete very well. And so coming back, we don't decide that this year we'll host these nationals, because obviously, you know, we get for try for make we develop the game.
This year's edition of the National Tennis Championship is set to commence on 30th March 2026 on to the 11th of April this year. The 3 venues are Hill Station Tennis Club, Golf Club, Tennis Club at the Lumley Aberdeen Beach, Law Tennis Club in Juba, Ransford McLean, AYV Sports, Freetown.
Well, that's all for sports tonight on Primetime News. Over to you, Alimatu George.
Thank you very much, Solomon Yumba, for that sports update. Well, that's all for Primetime News tonight. For more stories, visit our website at www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments at all on the news, please send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Alimatu George. Bye-bye.